Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood is a currently airing anime about a human girl who moves in with a vampire girl she has a crush on. While more focused on lighthearted comedy than romance, it still manages to be surprisingly open and honest about the subject of same-gender attraction. As such, I wanted to talk about Miss Vampire as well as the recent trend of vampire girls love manga. LGBT themes mixed with vampire fictions is nothing new and technically goes back to the early origins of the vampire myth. Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu's Carmilla was first published in 1871 and told the story of a lesbian vampire preying on younger women. The next century brought a more romantic perspective on the children of the night with Hagiomoto's 1972 manga Po no Ichizoku, famously featuring two bisexual vampires, Edgar and Alan. Po no Ichizoku and much of Hagiomoto's work would lay the foundations of the modern boys' love genre, and to this day her work is still popular and being adapted for stage and film. Fast forward several decades through Anne Rice's The Vampire Chronicles and Stephenie Meyer's Twilight Saga, and we arrive in the present decade. In 2014, the web series reimagination of Carmilla took off, running for 3 seasons, and finally, we're back where we started. There are several characters in Miss Vampire whose same-gender attraction are treated in various different ways. There's a lead girl, Akari, whose attraction to the vampire Sophie first seems purely aesthetical, but develops into a more serious crush over the series. Sophie herself is an asocial shut-in who isn't good at showing emotions, but slowly warms up to Akari over time. Akari's best friend, Hinata, is a closeted lesbian in love with Akari, but too afraid to confess. Sophie's old vampire friend, Ellie, is the complete opposite, an openly lesbian vampire who will flirt with any girl that comes her way and proudly declares her love for girls and girls alone. Finally, though minor characters, there's Yu and Sakuya, 2 human girls who are friends with the main cast and is slowly revealed to already be a couple, with some of their friends realizing it and others remaining unaware. The manga itself is the first original work by mangaka Amato, who previously worked on doujinshi and anthology comics, often within the boys love or girls love genre. The manga is still running, initially starting its serialization in Kyuun magazine in 2013. But I want to highlight some other lesbian vampire manga, because as I mentioned, it's become quite something of a recent trend. Starting with another Kyuun magazine manga, Killing Me is a romantic comedy manga about a vampire who has fallen in love with a vampire hunter out to kill her. Though it started serialization just last year and was picked up by Yen Press for an English release next year, it has sadly been put on indefinite hold due to the mangaka Akiyama experiencing health issues. The 2015 web manga Michiwarikusa Monogatari, Vampire After the Doomsday, and the 2014 manga Seifuku no Vampire's Lord were more serious lesbian romance stories that have since both concluded. While other ongoing manga within that genre include the 2 2017 manga series Kyuuketsuki-san to Kohai-san and Kamitsuki Gakuen. On the cute girls doing cute things front, Manga Time Kirara published Vampire-san ga Nerateru in 2015, featuring a lesbian vampire who's into bondage as its theme. Staying on the comedy front is Yurihara Aki's 2012 manga Betsukiss and Flower Child's 2016 manga Hungry for You, Endo Yasuko Stalks the Night. While this decade had been particularly popular when it comes to lesbian vampires, last decade also had the 2 2008 series Inari Kyuuketsuki Hime and Tenbin wa Hana to Asobu, both within the romantic comedy genre. However, Miss Vampire is the only book to be adapted into anime so far. Hopefully it does well enough so that others may see that opportunity as well. Until next time, you can subscribe to this channel, like this video, and if you want to, you can support me on Patreon and follow me on Twitter. Now, if you excuse me, I'm off to go feed on a young maiden myself. I celebrated Halloween in Harajuku, and I walked around in my vampire costume, and there was a ton of people who wanted to take pictures with me. A lot of them were like schoolgirls, terrified of even asking me because I was tall and intimidating. It was pretty fun.